Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. Hopefully you'll have a lot better weather than where we are in the Breton, in France, in the rain. So it's all about this. This is what we're going to fit, the innovv Power Hub 2, and we're going to fit it to this, which should be fun because, you know, these bike manufacturers these days try and, you know, and rightly so, everything is crammed into such little tiny spaces. And so when you actually look at this, which we'll open up in a minute, you think to yourself, okay, I've got to get all these wires in here. And the trouble is, what you don't want to end up with is something looking like a bloody tin of spaghetti and you not knowing what's going where. So basically, you know, a tidy job. Okay, getting back to this, I mean, good bit of kit, runs up to 5 fused accessories, you know, which is really important. But also the good thing is with these, when you switch the bike off, this cuts the power. So any accessories you've got, you know, heated grips, chargers, I don't know, lights, anything that you want to put on, is going to go off as well. So you can't drain the battery. Also, when you switch on your ignition, there's a delay so that the power from your battery is used fully to start the bike. Another good point. So yeah, okay, they're quite expensive, I suppose. It's 50, 60 euro, I don't know, 60 euro. But even so, personally I think, you know, from a safety aspect, always round, safety as in the wiring, safety as in let's not drain the battery, I think they're great, and I think that's got to be the most important thing. So yeah, okay, let's put this down over here a sec, and let's get the camera a little bit closer to the bike, and let's see where we're going to put this thing, right? So basically, let's get it nice and close if we can. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this round this side for a minute, like this, because I'm going to be the other side. And let's get this down, shall we? Okay. So hopefully that's going to give you a reasonably good idea of where we're going to go. So I'm going to put our little power bank down there like that. Okay, and I'm going to get back round this side. So what's going to happen is, as you can see, pretty tight knit. We've got the battery here. We've got our airbox here. Now this which unclips here, this clip always plays up. Hang on a sec, let me just get a screwdriver. This little flap here is for, it's like a document holder or that sort of stuff. Do you know what? I've never actually bothered to open it up or see, does it come off fully? I don't know. Or does it just sort of, I think it just sort of clips there, maybe like that. And then this is where your documentation goes in here. So the idea is we're going to put the unit, which is only small, we're going to put the unit in here, and we're going to run the cables out of here. We're going to have our outward cables coming this way. We'll route them under these with our fuses along here, 5 of, and then we'll have our live and neutral obviously coming out of this side to the battery, and then we have a trigger wire, which I think obviously we need to find something that's going to come on when we turn the ignition on. So looking at this, what have we got here? This is our tail light harness. So I think what we'll do is we'll go into this here, because your lights come on the minute the ignition's switched on. So we should get a trigger wire off there. So we'll have our trigger wire running down this way, live and neutral, and our 5 bits and pieces coming here. Okay, let's So in theory that all sounds good, and that's what we're going to do. So hang on. Let me just bring you back round this way. And let's open the little box of tricks and see what we've got inside it. Right. So basically, I'll get you there. Hopefully we'll all be going in the right way. Right. I think we should be able to go up a little bit more and back a little bit. Okay. Right. As you can see, it's quite small. I think what puts off quite a few people when they come onto these things is basically the amount of cabling that you get with it. Right, we could do this the easy way. We're going to just try and get it where it opens, but they do make it. Oh, there you go. There's all our bits and pieces of connectors, and as you can see, quite a bit of cabling, eh? So let's have a look at this. They do give you a generous amount. There's no two ways about it. And they do give you nice and tangled up as well. But never mind. Like I said, all starts off like a bowl full of spaghetti, doesn't it? Eh? So this all separates, like I said, into two different regions. So there's the one. Okay, that's our incoming. Okay, that's our live, our neutral, and our trigger. Plenty of cable. I mean, you know, plenty of cable, which, to be honest with you, we'll probably end up cutting down. And then this side is our 5 triggers, which is this, each with an individual fuse that you can put on to your choice. Okay, with all the ends nicely bared, and our ground, which will find a place on the bike, and we'll probably bring all the accessories back to ground as well. Okay, so that's looking good so far. Do you know, I'm not sure if I could read the instructions, but okay, so we're all fused anyway. We're all fused with a 3, and to be fair, most of the accessories that we're going to use, well, I don't know what fuse is the main one. I'll tell you what, nice and tight. We've got a 15 for the main one. Okay, so that's okay. That's all fairness there. Like I said, we may end up chomping down some of these cables, which I'm sure we probably will. Let's just get this across here. These are all the little bits and pieces. I mean, obviously, we're going to fit this on today, but we're not going to put any accessories on it yet. Although I have accessories to fit, but at the moment, there won't be any on. That's a nice bit of kit. I'm not too sure what it is for, but I'm sure we'll find out. We will read the instructions at some point. And find out exactly what that's for. I have an idea, maybe, that could be for going into the trigger cable. And these then are your openings for you to use when you put on your accessories. Right, okay, so that's the plan, that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to sort out the box, get that off, see where we're going to put it, come straight back to you in a minute when I've done that. Okay, so bit of an update. The panel. So what I've done is, as that sits this way down, cut out the two little pieces here. Obviously one a bit bigger that side, because that's where all your fuse wires coming out. That there, also cut corresponding in the lip on the bike, which we'll look at in a minute. Now, what I've done with this is all the fuses I've taken out. That way, then they'll stay out until each one of these ends are going to be used. Now, on the back of this, they provide little screw fixings, but I don't think that's a good idea. So this is two-way sticky tape, which is really good. It's exterior tape. I know it works well because I've used it many times before. So that on the back of that. Now, what I have done as well is, and you're not going to be able to see this on the camera because it only just about shows up, but each fuse cap is wrote on what it is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other end is a mark on the bit of there. I don't know whether you can see that. Hopefully you can. Yeah. Which, you know, it just makes it just a little bit easier when you wind it up. It's quite easy to test anyway, isn't it? If there's no power to the end of it when that fuse is out, you put the fuse in, if it's powered up, we know it works. Okay, so that's that. So what we need to do now, of course, is to take off this bit of sticky tape here on this side, which is always a pain in the butt to do, but still, never mind. So we'll take this off. In actual fact, we'll move the camera first, shall we? And get that set up back to where we want it so we can see what's going to stick on the bike. Okay. Oh, just a quick thought while I'm walking around the bike is the last video I did, if you looked, which was about the bars that the engine bars that didn't fit, which I got from AliExpress. Now, they, surprisingly enough, when I contacted the AliExpress team, they were extremely helpful. Yeah, send it back, wrap them up, send them back, which I did. They've received them and they've refunded. So there you go. And I now have another set of bars on order. And hopefully these ones will fit when they come. We'll see what they are and we'll get them stuck on. But for now, let's get this put in here so it can start. Oh, no, does it want to come off, or doesn't want to come off, I should say. When it does come off, it decides to stick all over you. These things, I mean, this tape is great. I've used this so many times, but oh, look at that. I must be getting good in my old age of getting these things on. Right, let me just get rid of this for a minute so I have bits of metal all over the place. Okay, so we're going to put this, because these are all our wires coming out that way. So we're going to just separate that and we're going to lean that there, and these are going to go here, and we're going to put him nicely up here, and that will go there. He can go like that there, and press it in there like that. Okay, which means that with the trigger wire, we are going to send that way, because that's going to go up to the back, and we will follow that harness along there. Whether we chop into it there or we do actually route it all the way to the back light, I'm not too sure which way we're going to go yet. These two will come through there, through that cut there, And this lot will go there like that. Okay, spaghetti junction, here we come. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe as we go along this, I think a few, maybe a cable tie here and there, because we want to get to the actual fuses of the bike, which are there, and this first fuse that comes out, I've got an awful lot to play with there, because we want to sort of route it like that and like that. But we will be able to. So we could do with a cable tie going there, just to get those held tight, and like these, we'll keep these in here. So just 1 second and I will disappear and I will get a cable tie sorted out, or a few. Okay, so let's get these cable ties, and I think what we'll do is we'll just put one here which keeps these nice and tidy coming out of here and stops them all flopping around like that. Somewhere around here I have some cutters. Okay. It's a, you know what, these, it's so tight the areas to work in it. Sometimes you think to yourself, how do they squeeze all this lot in there? Right, so we're going to get one there. Now I think what we'll do is we're just about going to get that there and get our cover back on there. So we'll, that's a big one, how did that one get in there? We'll just flip this up here a minute, maybe get it from there. You see what you could do with some nice thin hands to do this, huh? Not something that I'm particularly blessed with. Okay. And they don't have to be pulled that tight, as long as it stops the cables moving around. And okay, so that's okay there. So we will I'll put a couple on there as we do this one here, just halfway, just to keep this falling down. I know this in the manual, the owner's manual of this bike, it says apparently that this is a documentation holder. Well, you could actually get your book in there, I suppose, but one, I don't carry it with me, so I'm not particularly bothered about that, to be honest with you. I'm not going to use this for anything else, so if it keeps all this tied in here, then obviously for me, I'm quite happy with that. Right, so that gets those on there. So let's get our little box of tricks all tidied up. Turn him around there. Now he should go on there quite nicely. He says in full appreciation. There you go. You have to sort of pop these out. I don't actually think that they was intended for it to come out too much. But when you actually get it all there and slid out, we should be able to get this all back in there. He says, thinking to himself, yeah. Okay. Right. There's the one in, and there's the other one in there. Okay. let's get this wire here. Now this should just, if we can actually run that wire across, well actually it can come up through there like that. And it seems a little tight there, hang on a sec. Oh well, because we've got plenty of clearance on that there. So I'm not too sure, that's it. I'm not too sure what was actually stopping that there, but that's got that there. That's got that one back there. Like that. Okay. So it gets all our wires there and there. And then this one, the first one, we can just tuck it down there like that. So that's pretty good. So that all closes that up. You know, that's nicely behind there. And then all we got to do now is to route our wires. Now, this black wire, which is our negative, this is where all the negative wires are going to be attached to. Now we can actually put this anywhere we like. So what I'm thinking of, because this one doesn't have to be attached anywhere on the bike. This is for us to put our connections to. So what I'm going to do is, we can just have this here. Probably not so much there, but we could lay them across there like that, and we could literally here just put a block on the end of this where we can put our wires into and pick up our feed. So we're going to put it, or we could put it, I'm not too sure where we're going to put him yet, but wherever we're going to put him, he can go out of the way for a minute. So that takes there. So here's our number one there. And then our number two, all these now, including this tail wire here, because although that's number one there, what we need to do is to bring him under there, because when we get to the fuse there, we can still get to the bike's fuses here. Look, that's pretty good. That keeps them down there, and we can get to all this stuff here. So here's our number two coming along here. He's okay there on the side. So what I'm thinking is, what we need to do now is to get ourselves another tie round here. Like so. And of course it would be really good if I got it right around. And we're going to clip this one up there. Now we want this to be tight enough to hold it, but loose enough because we need to wiggle these things around a bit. Okay, so that's that there. Somewhere around here. There you go, some cutters. Okay, so we're going to put this, let's cut him off there, like so. Okay, so there's number three fuse. So let's get him in line here like this. I think we need to get him like this now. Okay. You could do with another hand. I could always go and ask the wife, but dearie me, dragging her away on Netflix of a Sunday, especially when it's raining. Well, what can I say? I'm sure that the answer would be, I'm sure you can manage it yourself, my dear. And why not? Okay. So let's get it. I'm just going to pop these covers back on, stop them flapping around. Okay, so that one goes there. So, looking at this again, and trying to keep all this tidy, because what we've got to remember is I've actually undone the battery terminals. I'll tell you what, getting to be fair, this is crammed in. I actually took the side panel off here, and I thought, okay, maybe take the battery out, and it doesn't really give you that much ease of work. So I think what we're going to do is, this is to say the least a bit tight under here. Right, this is too much wire. I think we need to cut it. We're going to cut this down. I think if we cut that down about there, that gives us enough that if we do take the battery out at some stage, we've got enough to play with that. Just put that over there in a minute. Okay. I mean, I could actually run this thinking about it. You know, I'm bringing it in this way simply because it just makes it a bit easier to bring it in, to put it on this cup. But you know, I don't, anyway, let's pull some off there. Let's take a bit more off there, because I know I've got that the wrong way around, but we'll try that here, shall we? There we go. And we'll get him here like that. Now, these are what they've supplied in the kit to get this down. They're not the best ones, I've got to be honest. I mean, they'll do the job. They will do the job, but they're not the best things out. Get that folded down there. And this one on there. Like that. You know, that's nice and tight, that's not going anywhere. And then this one, I mean, we can bring in, again, we can sort of doing so, we've got enough wire to be a bit flexible at the same time. Yeah, we'll see what that brings us out. Okay, like so. Fluff as well. Right. Down there, and then over the top. And likewise again, done. So let's move some of these tools out of the way. Okay. Right. Somewhere around here, he said, I have a screwdriver. I have. Now, it's very awkward here to get this to sort of line, because if there's that little room, and when you pull this up, it does actually pull that up as well. So, but still, if we can get all this down and get this pulled down at the same time, like that. I just get the screws like that. I know it's going to be difficult for anyone to see it on the camera, and I get that, because believe you me, it's bloody difficult for me to get in there and make sure that this grips at the same time. But yeah, let's get that nicely in there, like that, and then we should be able to get this back down there like that, which gets us there. Lovely jubbly. And then this one, we just put the screwdriver down so we don't budge the paintwork to pieces. Like I said, it's nice bit of let's spark as we put it on. Okay. You have got no room here at all to do anything with, oh yeah. Right. So if we get this started a bit in the nut there, hopefully, and then we can slide okay, slide our wire underneath, because I think we're going to come, I'm going to bring him in from say there, like that, and do him down there. And as long as we've found the nut, which we have, okay, and then that wire, that can sink there like that, and that's pretty okay like that, and our normal wires go all back down there. Sorted, look at that. So that's got that looking pretty okie cokie. Now this wire at the moment, like I said, doesn't particularly matter. Right, so let's stand the camera back up again. So there you go. We have our connection to our battery. We have this nicely tucked away in there. We have all our ends ready to connect with no fuses in, so we've got no power going to them, and we can get to the original fuse box on the bike. We can also get to all our fuses. This wire here, which is like I said, which is our ground to feed all our accessories. I haven't decided where that's going. Possibly we'll bring him up and maybe under the tank the first time that we take, because this is where everything's going to run down. Everything's going to be up the top half of the bike. The only thing now that we've got to sort out is our trigger wire and what we're going to do with it and where we're going to put it. So let's just move this lot, because we don't really need them here for a minute. So basically we have our indicator block, which is going under here, and we have our trigger wire, our tail light harness, which is this. Now, do we in actual fact see, this is coming up from here, this lot here, with this, and I think to start messing around in here could be a pain in the backside, which I don't particularly want to do. So I think maybe we're either going to cut and separate and retape this up here. Let's just turn you around a bit, because I don't even think now that you might be pointing at the right way. Are you? Possibly not. No. Let's get you there and down. Okay, sorry about that if you missed a bit of that, but hopefully you didn't. So okay, like I was saying, we're either gonna take the tail lamp off here and sort out where this goes, although there doesn't seem to be much movement there. That goes really tight over here. Or we're going to untake this and we're going to find out which is our live here. Either way, I'm going to take all this off, I think, here, because this can all be redone up. We're going to split this and we're going to find out which one is our live wire. So while I'm doing that, have a break for 5 minutes. Okay, so bared the wires. Well, not bared them, but what we're going to do now is find out which one is live when the ignition's on. So with that trusty little friendly tool there, hopefully this is the part where the fingernail gets stabbed several times. So I haven't got a wiring diagram for this bike. So I'm sort of thinking, normally go on a pretty hefty wire, so we've got a lot of blacks. That yellow one there, but of course you can't always tell, can you? Okay, let's put the ignition on for a start off. Right. Let's do the red one first. Red one is always a good one, isn't it? It always is. Well, I don't think that one's coming on live with it. That's for certain. You know what? We're just gonna stop this a minute, because rather than do this, so that's quite big, that is. So I'm gonna get me a little pin, and it's far more intrusive. I mean, it doesn't damage your wiring. This just puts a little hole in which will self-seal. In actual fact, I think I might have a pin. Oh, look at that. We've got lights on the back everywhere. We've got a tail light, and we've got a light, tail light, and a number plate light. So somewhere there, we're going to have two lives. We just got to find them. So hang on a sec. I'm just gonna get this down in there, because this gives us a lot better. Right. Let's see if we've got anything through that one there. Well, so that's not live. That one is definitely not live. I'm going to try this one again that we went to at the top here, because and we're not live there. Although it would have been nice at the top. So I reckon maybe this chunky one down here, we got a nice yellow one here. Maybe this one's gonna tell me that yeah, okay. So we got a live with this yellow one. Okay. Now is it live with ignition? or are we live all the time? Okay, so we're live with ignition, yeah? Let's just try this once more. So, on with ignition. Okay, that'll do. There's our trigger wire. Okay, the yellow one. Right, let's move the pin before I get it stuck in me somewhere. So that's where we want our trigger wire to. Let's just put this away. And the end back on this, because this itself can be a horrible bit. Okay. So there we go. Let's just put this over here. Now once again, we've got quite a length of wire here. Of course, it would be the bloody wire that's at the bottom, wouldn't it? Okay, but let's have a little play around with this, because one thing that you haven't got with is a lot of space. So let's get him there like that. Okay, get the sheathing back. He's all taken to that. Okay, now they give you this in the packet, and how this works is you put this on there like that, and then this, it's got a pin in the end of it, and then this pin does up like that. You hold it there, and what should happen is that now gives us a live, because that should have punctured that, in theory of course, and it would be extremely nice if it did. So let's just get our tester back a minute, because there's no point putting all this on if it hasn't worked. So let's put them on there, and let's turn this on again, and it will be extremely nice if we had, and we have, look at that. Okay, right, well done, innovv. Or I could say well done me, because I'm the one that put it on. But no, it's nice to be given stuff that works. Okay, so here's our trigger wire coming up from here. Now we've got plenty of wire. I mean, you know, we have. Once again, I'm thinking to myself, this is only a sort of low voltage, and I'm thinking, well, we probably don't need the loads of wire. So, you know, I'm going to have done this, you know, and then I bet you bottom dollar at the end of it, I'll probably let it go, and it's all going to swizz off anyway. Huh? What do you think? But to keep it there, just while I get some tape, I'm just going to put it like that. Sort of worked that. Right, hang on a sec. Let's get some tape. Okay. And we'll sort of tape this up. What we would do, if this would decide to come off. Okay. going to get this round there like that. Okay. And this is just going to keep this and stop it all swinging out everywhere, hopefully. Tape's okay, but god damn it, you never seem to get it to go where and how you want it. Okay, but that's going to sit there quite nicely. Now this end of it, what we do with this is this, which I stuck in my pocket, comes here, and we put that through here like that. Now this basically, you push it down the side here, I'll turn this round a bit, and that sort of thing goes down the side there. This screws in here, and what it does is, as it binds round, it keeps that there. And to be fair, it's not too bad at all. What I should have done was really put that under there, shouldn't I? But hindsight is a fantastic thing. Okay, that's pretty good. But what I want to do is I'm just going to put a bit of tape round this lot here, just to try and keep it not tightly, but just enough to steady this all up on this view here, because on this view it's me that's got the view, not okay. And just to stop it all messing. Right, so that's it. We are all ready, and we've got everything we need to connect up. We're connected to our battery, we've got our trigger wire in place. So yeah, now we need to test it. That's what we need to do. So I'm going to just put this back across there, and what we're going to do, if I find all my bits and bobs that I never seem to be able to find these days when I've used them. Not actually, I get the tester back. Right, so what we're going to do to test this is we are going to move you back a bit again, so I've got some room to get in there. In fact, it might be a good idea if we move you round the other side, which I think we will. So hang on, bear with me, let's have a walk around here. Excellent. Okay. Sorry for the throwing you around and everything. Right. Let's put that there. Now. So what we're going to need is we're going to take a little box off again, and this one, well, not take it off, take it off. We're going to undo it. because I do believe that when this is powered on, you can see lights in there. And okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to get one of our fuses back, right, so okay, and we're going to get our bits and pieces out of here because we turned all these for here, didn't we, for now. So let's make it easy. We got fuse 5. Okay, so we're going to open this up. These are so tight. They really are tight. I mean, okay, you want them tight once they're sealed up. That's exactly what you want, but it would be nice if you could get in them. There you go. Wobble that out. Put a fuse in there, like so. Number 5, okay. And number 5 is to this. Now we don't want this anywhere near the bodywork. And we've got our end here for this, okay. So we're going to put our tester, because this then will give us our earth, which we're going to use there, okay. Now what would be a damn good idea, we've got to put our main fuse back in here, like so. Now let's not forget that when we switch this on, we have got a 10-second delay. It is, yeah, 10-second delay. So let's put our main fuse back in here. Like that. Okay, so that's all good. Okay, right. Now, like I say, we've got, where was it? Number 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is that one there. So we don't want that going anywhere. But so let's turn this baby on. Right. So. There you go. We have a blue light. You can't actually set up, but we have a blue light. Come on, after it's got to be 10 seconds. Now, for all intents and purposes, our live one is number 5. So, number 5, and there you go. We have power to number 5. Obviously, for anything else, we don't have power to anything else because we've got no fuses in anything else, but we have power to number 5. And that is how you wire up the innovv Power Hub 2. It works perfectly well. I'm really pleased with how it's come out, considering that it's so compact here, you know, and it's come out tighter, you know, and that's the main thing. Obviously, when the accessories go on, then the tank will come off. These wires will be run up a bit there, cut to length to what I want them. The same with the earth wire, but for now, this is how it's going to stay. I'm going to take this fuse back out of here. I'm going to take the main fuse out of here because until I actually start using it, I can't see the point of leaving it all in. It's been a long video. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I personally believe if I'm going to put videos on of how to fix things, then I want to show you guys as much as it is, you know, the awkwardness of it sometimes. It's not all easy. So I'm not going to cut bits out, you know, all right, the boring bits when I'm cutting this panel out and all that sort sort of stuff, that was fine. So in the next videos to follow, it's going to be fitting on the bits and pieces. Now that we've got the power hub on, we can do that. It's going to be great when the engine bars, the new ones, arrive. And when they do, we can put the lights on. And you know what? What we want more than anything is for this rain to just go away. Just go away, so we can get on the bike, get out there and get some miles on this thing, because, you know, that's it. All right, I hope you've enjoyed the video. You know, thanks for everybody that's put comments on the other 2 videos. You know, I really appreciate it. I really do. You know, this is my hobby. I just share it. I'm glad that some people out there, you know, find it interesting. So have a great weekend, although there's not much of it left. Catch you on the next video. If you like this, please subscribe. Please give me a like. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.